Okay, for the sunflower pattern, I've decided that 24 is going to be the total for the loops. So it's going to be a divisible by 4. It's going to give you 6 petals. And I'm not doing leaves. The background color is going to be this green, and then I've got yellow and brown. So I'm going to do my chain 25 and then make my circle of 24. And then we're just going to keep doing knitting 24 for however many rows you want. I'm just going to go until I run out of this because I don't have very much of it. And then for this one, in the third last row, you're going to be doing 3 petal, 1 of the main color. Then in the second last row, all petal. And then in the last row, round, it's brown. Okay. We are going to go over this rather quickly because there are tons of pillow tutorials out there, and this is just the way I do mine. So you're going to create your slipping knot, so your slip knot, take your working yarn over your tail side, leave a good 12 inches for your tail to close up your pillow, especially if it's going to be 24 loops. So now I like a tighter 2 fingers width, and I'm going to, because it's 24 loops, I'm going to be chaining 25. So this is 3, counting the first one. If you want to knit in a counterclockwise direction, take your loop and take it to the top of the second last loop, pull it through. I'm going to do in a clockwise direction, come around this way and put it at the bottom, the loop there. I do like to actually knit in a counterclockwise direction. I find it is a tighter knit for me. So it's all on your preference. So I'm pulling that yarn tail so that the knot's right close there, adjusting that loop if it needs to be to 1 finger's width. And now I'm just going to be pulling up loops in these chain spaces, and you should have 24 at the end. And then you're just going to keep pulling through those loops and knitting until you feel like you have enough rows or you run out of yarn, like I'm going to do. I will tell you when we meet back how many I ended up. Okay, so I got 7 rounds of the green, and I'm just going to tie my yellow right close. So I'm gonna get up there. So that now I can start 2, 3 with the yellow. And then take your green. I think we want it under. And then pull it up in the 4th loop. And then three. Want that. Green. And then back to yellow. And you might get them kind of tangled up a bit, but we're just doing this for 1 round, so just do the best you can. This is why it's a multiple of 4, so I'll show you at the end. We end the pattern evenly. If you do a pattern, say with a multiple of 5 in this, it's not going to end nice and even. You'll have a leaf or a petal that has less or more color. Get really twisted. Green. And then we end with green. So we're going to be continuing on with the yellow, so we can cut the green. So this will just help with tangling, leave a little bit of a tail. I'm just going to get it untangled. There we go. Now I'm going to wait here for a minute, and I'm going to knit my first yellow, and then I'm going to take the green and I'm going to tie it. Oops. There we go. You could also burn it or whatever. You could do the changes with burns if you want. I just find that time consuming. So this round is going to be all yellows. This was 1. Four. So now I'm going to change to my brown, because we're not going to be using any other colors of the yellow again. Just going to do the burn method to join. Make sure you're not just burning the fuzz. There's a middle cord in there, and you can trim away some of the fuzzies to get to it. Stick, stick, smush, smush. Be careful not to burn yourself, but if you want to decrease the hardness of the burn join, just squish it around, kind of cover it with some of the fuzz. Okay, so just knit around 24. cut your 10 to 12 inch tail. And now I'm going to close up this end because I like to really stuff this side from the other end to make sure this side, the side with the detail, is really nice and full and you see all of it. You can pull tight as you go, just make sure you don't pull through that last loop. So I pulled too hard trying to get my hole closed and I ended up breaking my yarn. So if you have a little bit of a hole at the end, just continue, go like across and pull up. And then go across again, just because I broke mine. I have a burn spot there, so it's, I can't pull anymore. Have to be gentle. Okay, so then I'm gonna stuff, if you're doing just a flower, you could put the pollen center to cover the hole as well. But I'm gonna go stuff this and fill it up and see if it looks like a sunflower. So on this side, you're going to go from the outside to the inside of the chain spaces all the way around, pulling it tight as you go. And I'll show you at the end. It's a sunflower. Cool.